Welcome to another edition of Arizona Living. Today, I'm going to answer some of your questions. Stay tuned! Happy Sunday night, Zonies. So I put out the call earlier. I said I only had about 5 minutes of material. That if you wanted a live stream, I had to have at least 6 questions by 5 o'clock. You guys came through, so here we are. So let me introduce myself. My name is Sam. I'm the host of Arizona Living. My little thing is supposed to pop up with my name on it. It didn't work. Oh well, such is life. So what do I have to chat about today? I got a whole bunch of questions you guys to answer. Look at this, Michelle's daughter, MD. Oh my God, Sam, guess what I did today? I don't know, Michelle. What did you do today? Why don't you inform me? I have no idea. I could guess, but let's not play games. Just tell me what you did today, Michelle. So, right off the bat, let me give you a home update because I know that's what everybody wants to know about. Tell me about the Queen Creek house. I'm going to tell you all about the freaking Queen Creek house, all right? About 60%, I would say we're done unboxing. There's still quite a few things I can't find. You'll notice I painted the back wall. That's just one coat of paint. I asked Cartoon Wife, I'm like, you think that's good enough? She's like, it looks fine. Now there's a few specks up top that definitely need some touch up, but that's just one coat. I was freaking sore, and in true bootleg studio fashion, I was like, screw it, it's good enough. So that's just one coat. We're gonna actually paint another wall in the den, the same exact accent color. I got Rob V over here, studio looking good. Thank you very much. MD, I'm staying in Gilbert. Look at you, staying in Gilbert. I moved 15 minutes away to Queen Creek. So as I was saying, we're about 60% done unpacking. I found some of my shot skis, but not all of them. I still can't find the Ultimate Warrior. I can't find my Statue of Liberty. You'll notice there's no floating shelves. I turned the bookshelf, so it's flush with the wall. There's gonna be changes. I haven't hung up the paintings yet. It's slowly. It's gonna be a slow progression. I'm happy with, this is only 1 week we're here. So I'm very, very happy. My mom came over, my stepdad, they checked out the palace, as my father-in-law calls it. He calls it the palace. So they checked out the palace, they liked it. It's gonna look even better when the backyard is finished. MD, yes, I read your first comment. I read it. Guess what you did today? I read that. I talked about it. I said, why don't you just tell us? I don't know what you're talking about. Look, I'll post it up right now. See, I read your first comment. If there was a comment before that, I didn't see it. See, I'm not ignoring you, Michelle's daughter. See, for a long time, MD have been watching the channel and trying to comment, and I never saw her comment. And I suspect it's because one of the words I had blocked was daughter, because I didn't want anyone saying anything negative about my daughter. So I suspect that's why I could never see her comments before. Go to the gym. Hey, Sam, how's Bisbee? Tell him I said hi. Oh, it's Bigsby. That's the name of the refrigerator. Bigsby is just doing just fine, thank you. I'll send him your regards. The one after that. You're staying in Gilbert. I read that. You're staying in Gilbert. I know. I saw. You're staying in Gilbert. Good. I said, congrats. I don't know. Maybe we're not in sync today there, MD. But, all right. So what else I have to tell you about the house? The dryer. The dryer saga. Freaking Lowe's. So long story short, I got the fancy refrigerator with the TV. I got the washer from Lowe's, but they did not have the dryer. Apparently the dryer was damaged, and they screwed up 2 other orders. They have 3 dryers coming in, and I've been speaking with the manager. I just before I started this stream found out the dryer is now scheduled to be delivered next Monday, the 29th, at the apartment, not at the house. So now I gotta call the freaking manager again tomorrow and say, you got the wrong address. So he'll straighten it out. We'll get our dryer, not this Monday, the following Monday. Yesterday, Saturday, I actually went to the apartment to do laundry. I'm gonna have to go back tonight anyway, because Amazon has something I ordered from China coming. I couldn't change the address after the fact. So now I gotta go back to the apartment to pick up my item from China. You guys are gonna want to know it's a pizza peel from my outdoor pizza oven for me to turn the pizza. It's a special peel just for that. Anyway, Quentin Ashton sold my house in Gilbert, moved to California. Oh man, worst decision ever. I'm moving back ASAP. I'm sorry to hear about that, Quentin. Best of luck to you moving back to AZ. I assume you're going back to Gilbert. Okay, Michelle's daughter, LOL, I'll write it again. I didn't see it. Maybe it had one of those buzzwords that I apparently don't like, which is why I didn't see it there, Michelle. Maybe reword it, because I swear to you, I did not see that comment here on my fancy program I used to stream. It's possible it got blocked. I don't know. Okay, so let's see. Go to the gym. I'm excited for the first homemade pizza video. You know, not for nothing, I had no idea that making pizza in the backyard was such a big freaking deal. Everything's on back order. It's like a really big deal. I might have to start a YouTube channel just for that. But my fear is, after 2 episodes, I might not have anything left to say, you know, because I could make my homemade mozzarella. I could make the pasta, you know, the freaking the sauce, the gravy. I could make the dough itself. I can show you the process to actually throw it in the outdoor pizza oven for 90 seconds. But after that, what am I going to talk about? It is what it is. You know, I'm not going to go out and buy 5 different pizza ovens to rate them. I don't know. You know. So guys, I got a few more things to talk about. I talked about the dryer, and tonight we may go to a furniture store to look at you know, stools for the island. We might go tonight. We'll see. We don't have Rory with us. She's with her grandparents. So we might. We'll see. So let's see. Another thing I want to tell you about, I'm on call this week, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to stream today, because you guys won't see me next week, because when I'm on call, that's all I'm doing. Okay? That's all I'm doing. You will not see or hear from me next week. I can tell you that. In terms of food, we're going to Salad and Go a lot more often. We're trying to watch our calories, and once we get the landscaping done at the end of the month, and everything, the dust settles, we'll be going in the pool, and I'll give a tour again once everything is fixed up. Right now, it's just still not 100%. It's not ready for a tour, but we're getting there. Let's see, what else do I have to share with you today? A COVID update. My folks and Cartoon Life's folks have all been vaccinated, so that's good. We have yet to be vaccinated. I have to go to that website, azdhs.gov, I believe is what it is, and see if I can apply to get the vaccine. Biden's keeping his word. He's going bananas. He said by the end, I think it was by the end of July, I could be wrong, but even that I thought was aggressive. But the way it's going, over 100 million Americans vaccinated now, he might make this happen, you know? Good. The sooner we can go back to life as normal, the better, you know? Little Rory's going to probably change school soon, and she's not too excited about it, but what's the difference? She's been doing remote learning for a year now anyway, you know? Another thing I have to tell you is I am now allergic to the cat, Sour Patch. I am allergic to her. I'm breaking out like crazy. I'm itchy as hell. I just took an allergy pill. It's not good now that I'm working so closely with Sour Patch. So before, at the old house, there was an upstairs and a downstairs. So she only was upstairs exclusively. So I would only go up there in her area, because she wasn't allowed in the master bedroom. I would go in her area only when I was going to do YouTube stuff, and that was it. Now I'm around this cat all the time. So it's really starting to bother me. You know, I got 2 more things to talk about, and then we're going to start going with your questions. All right, I got all your questions you guys asked earlier. I haven't really given them any thought, so I'm just going to talk on the fly about them. All right. So one thing I want to talk about, I started watching the show called El Cid on Amazon Prime. For you guys that don't know, El Cid literally means the champion. And my father claims that I'm related to El Cid. He was like, he was a big deal back in the day in Spain. So I started watching that series. And now that I'm done with that, I started watching Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League on HBO Max. I'm not into it. I'm bored. I'm bored out of my skull. I'm probably like an hour in. I am so freaking bored. I just don't really want to watch it anymore. What else? So I'm going back to Beat Bobby Flay. Beat Bobby Flay is my favorite show. I'm going back to watch Beat Bobby Flay. The channel. Let's talk about the channel for a second. The channel, very close. Maybe another 30 days. The channel will finally hit 1 million views. Okay?
Yeah, buddy.
1 million views. For me, that's a big deal. You know, I started this channel with nothing, and I'm happy with where the channel's at. Not a whole lot of subs. It's still a small micro niche channel. I know it's called Arizona Living, and I don't really talk about Arizona all that much. The show is more than anything else a place for me to vent, okay? It's cheap therapy, and, you know, I get to entertain you guys, maybe make you laugh once in a while. I have a lot of fun with this, and it's just a hobby. I have no intentions of making this a full-time thing, even though I do make a little bit of money. Not a lot, a little bit of money. You know, it's not enough to cover my mortgage, just a little bit of money. It don't hurt. I just saw the tax guy. We as usual, we're getting more back from the state than we owe the federal. The state is going to more than cover what we owe the federal, so we end up with a little bit of money at the end of the day. But, you know, this is just for fun. This is a hobby. I enjoy it. You enjoy it, obviously, because you come here, you watch me. It's fun. I'm going to keep doing it till it's not fun no more, okay? So I missed a whole bunch of questions here. Okay, here we go. Oh, comments, I should say. Tila, yo, Sam. Sorry we're late. It's okay. You and Phil are excused. Okay, go to the gym. Hey, Tila. Hey, Tila's hubby, aka Phil. Just finished Justice League. Too damn long, Tila says. I'm just bored. I don't know if it's because I saw the original. I'm just bored. Jeremy Medina, do snakes pop out of nowhere? I've never, ever seen a snake out in the wild here in Arizona. I will tell you that. I've also never seen any javelinas. Javelinas are like these wild boar that people swear they have seen. I've never seen any of these wild boar, and I'm told they will attack you. They will charge at you. They are dangerous. But in Jersey, I saw a bear all the time, you know, but my neighbor, who lived on that street like all his life, never saw a bear. Meanwhile, I saw a bear all the freaking time. And there were multiple bears. The last bear I saw, I was in my car backing up, and in my rearview mirror, I saw the freaking bear right behind me. I kid you not. That was the last bear I saw. So, but meanwhile, my neighbor never saw the bear. I felt like Big Bird with Snuffleupagus. I'm like, I'm telling you, I've seen bears. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. So anyway, so that's everything I had to talk about. Let's go on to your questions. I don't have a way to pop them up. I didn't do all that work to make them pretty to pop up, all right? So I'm just going to read them. It is what it is. Tila, look at that studio. Nice. Tila, I was saying, since you guys were late, I still can't find all my shot skis. I don't know if I'm going to leave it like this. It looks a little too cluttered for me. I have a whole shelf there for my Napoleon books and CDs and DVDs because I'm a nap nut. I love Napoleon, and I don't know if I like this yet. I need to find the rest of my stuff and finesse of it a little bit. I think it's a little too cluttered in my opinion. But you'll notice there's one new item there you have not seen before. It's that New York City coffee cup. It's like it's not paper. It's actually ceramic, and it looks like a coffee cup you would get in New York City, you know? So that's the one new item. Everything else there you've seen before probably. All right, so let me go to the questions. Finally, I'm going to your questions. There you go. Michelle's daughter, you're back. I was worried about you. I never saw your question. Maybe you have a word in there that my channel doesn't like, you know? All right, let's go to the first question here by Bob Smith. You're just going to have to trust me. I'm just going to read them. All right. How much did your mortgage increase in a new house? My previous mortgage, I was paying about $1,400 a month. This house, we're going to pay about $2,000 a month. All right. His follow-up question: what was the final cost for everything on the new mansion? House. It's not a mansion. We're calling it the palace. Okay. And I will share that the base price was $390 plus the pool was $40. All right. And we got a lot of upgrades. I'm not sharing the total cost because it makes it easier for people to find me. Plus, I feel a little weird telling you exactly how much my house cost. So I will share that. And go to the gym. If the move to Queen Creek is dubbed the Dinosaur Project, What will the name be to move to New Jersey? You know, Cartoon Wife and I, we talk about this, or I talk about this all the time, that I desperately want to move back to Jersey. She's open to being a snowbird, which means we would spend the majority of our time here and the 2 or 3 horrible summer months of the year in Jersey. If or when that's going to happen, I don't know, but I would definitely love to spend more time in Jersey, perhaps being a snowbird, because frankly, I'm old. The cold weather does bother me, and she refuses to learn how to drive in the snow. So I'm skeptical if we'll ever move back to Jersey, but at the very least, I would like to be a snowbird. That is for sure. When I went back 2 years ago to Jersey, I was grinning ear to ear the entire time I was there. Even when it rained, I was ecstatic to be back home. Another question here. Philip Fuertes, is a pool necessary in Phoenix? It's not necessary, but it's nice to have. I'm not really a pool person, but Cartoon Wife, we had access to a community pool at our last house, and that was not good enough for her, especially with COVID. She's like, no, I want my own pool. So that's one of the reasons why I just decided to relocate further away from Phoenix proper. It's cheaper in Queen Creek than Gilbert. Not a lot cheaper, but it is cheaper. So we could not afford the house we built here in Queen Creek in Gilbert. No way. My brother-in-law and sister-in-law, they want a larger home than what they currently have in Gilbert, but they priced out what they want and was like 800 grand. Another question from Philip Fuertes. What are some good charter schools in Phoenix, both East and West Valley? I am not a teacher. I am a parent, and I did look into charter schools, and the one I kept seeing over and over again was called Basis. And my daughter was lucky enough to get the opportunity to attend Basis, and we made a comparison. I actually went to Basis, and I did some hidden footage, and I have a video on the channel somewhere about charter schools, public schools here in the Valley. Bottom line for me, Basis on a scale of 1 to 10, Basis is an 11, but they have a very Asian mentality that school's the most important thing in the universe, and they kill the kids with homework. 4 hours a night of homework when they're in high school. No, thank you. I don't want my kid committing suicide over freaking school. So does their system work? Yes, the kids are indeed at least a year in advanced than their peers that don't attend Basis. However, do you really want your kid miserable, throughout their high school career? Now, one of my nieces attends Basis in Phoenix, and she's in like 2nd grade. And I'm already hearing from her parents the weird things they're having the poor kid do. They want her to write an original song, like the music and everything at 2nd grade. So they're a little crazy over there at Basis. But they get the job done. I just didn't want to put my kid through that. So instead, I put her in a school that was rated a 9. Not too shabby. It's not Basis, but it's a 9. And we've had no problems with that at all, So in the school she's moving to in Queen Creek, I believe is rated an 8. So just slightly less, slightly, not that much of a difference. If it was rated a 4, like the school I was going to bring her to and take her to when we lived in Avondale, no, that's one of the big reasons why we left Avondale, because the school she was slated to go to is rated a 4. Cuatro, okay? Escuela número 3. Okay, so let's continue with the questions. I see you guys have chat in here. I'll get to the chats in a second. I want to keep my word, okay? I want to go and I want to answer all the questions that were previously asked when I put out the call. Give me 6 questions or I'm not live streaming. I want to hit all those questions first, then I'll hit the live stream, all right? So, I just want to keep my word. So, another thing here. Tila, Sam, do you believe in life on other planets? Tila and Phil, you're baiting me. You know damn well I do believe in aliens, okay? I totally 100% believe in aliens. I'll change the background here a little bit so you see more of the studio. There's 10 feet ceilings. Yes, I 100% believe in aliens. Cartoon Wife and I, we saw UFOs, okay? They were high in the sky. They were in our Tuki. We were about to go eat at Z Tejas. I'll never forget it. And they were really high, like airplane high. And there was these white lights, really bright, like fire bright, and they kept alternating, like turning off and on and moving, and it was just weird. And when I got home, I looked online on YouTube, and I found the same exact type of situation that somebody recorded in another state. I attempted to record it. This is quite a long time ago. I was using an iPhone 4. It couldn't find nothing, right? I couldn't see nothing on the footage. But I know what I saw. I've heard lots of stories of people telling me about their experiences with UFOs and aliens and whatnot. I believe in it. So obviously, if there's aliens visiting us, there's got to be a planet they're from. So that's all I got to say about that there, Tila. Next question from Tila. What surprised you the most about starting your YouTube channel? That's a great question there, Tila. Oh, man. I've been doing YouTube now as a hobby approximately 4 years. I started with a channel called Hey Roar, and I was basically trying to compete with Ryan's Toys, and it was a complete and total failure. And then I decided I create a new channel called Ambitiously Lazy, and I started throwing mud at the wall. My first video was on online dating, because that's how I met Cartoon Wife. I wrote a book on Amazon. It's called 1,000 Women in 30 Days. I kid you not. If you look up the book, 1,000 Women in 30 Days, on it's like one of them Kindle books. It's an ebook. You'll find it with my name on there as the author, right? So that was my first video, and then I started posting all sorts of different videos to see what would hit. And the only video that got any traction was when I talked about living in Arizona, and it was not favorable. I hated living in Arizona. I really did, and I was not holding any punches. And that's the only video that got any traction, but I did not want to make videos about living in Arizona. That's the last thing I wanted to make videos about, because I was not a huge fan. So for the next 6 months, I then made videos about being a vegan. Yes, I was a fat vegan. And my thought was, I'll find YouTube channels from popular YouTube channels that are vegan. I'll find their recipes, recreate them, and then Cartoon Wife and Roy would give thumbs up or thumbs down on the meal, right? So we did that for 6 months. I called the show Vegan Recipe Review. That went nowhere either. And then I quit YouTube altogether. I'm like, screw YouTube. Maybe I'm too old. Maybe it only likes young people. Maybe it's because I'm Puerto Rican. Maybe it's because I'm fat. I don't know what it is, but I'm not messing with YouTube anymore. Screw YouTube. So I quit. I was done. And then I happened to go on a business trip to Long Island, all right? Or as the locals over there call it, Long Island. And I was talking to my Uber driver, and that's why I wear an Uber shirt. I'm getting to it in a second. And I was telling the Uber driver, yo, I hate Arizona. The 115 degrees. There's no culture. The landscape is blah. I cannot wait to move back here to Jersey. And the Uber driver said, brah, you got it all wrong. There's nothing for you here. Go back, enjoy what you got. I wish I lived in Arizona. So I came back to Arizona with a fresh set of eyes. And I was like, you know, I'm going to try that damn YouTube thing one more time. And it worked. It worked. I started making money. I started having more fun with it. And I've been doing it ever since. So to answer your question, what was my biggest surprise? How freaking hard it was. It was ridiculously hard to get my first 1,000 subscribers. I'm only now at 7,000 almost. And it's been years later. You know, some people are lucky and their channel just takes off. It's been a struggle for me to get subscribers. The views, I never had a problem with the views, you know. Like I said, I'm almost at 1 million, which for some people, 1 million is piss, nothing. But for me, I'm proud of this. You can't take that away from me. Once the channel hits 1 million, I can say it forever and ever and ever. Just like being a best-selling Amazon author. I can say that for the rest of my life. Now, granted, it was a very obscure niche, and I only did it for 1 hour. But till the day I die, I can say I'm the #1 Amazon best-selling author. And that's the truth for that 1 hour. But nobody needs to know about that little piece. It's just 1 hour, you know. But so let's move on to the next. I hope I answered your question there. I rambled a little bit there, Tila. Okay, good question. Another question from Tila. Tila, you're almost at your max here with the questions. What was your first job? What do you remember most about it? My very, very first job was working at a police department during like the high school, I forget what you call it, the co-op program, where you go to school part of the day and you go to your job part of the day. And it was at a police department, believe it or not. My position there, I was giving out firearm permits and taxi licenses. And I could talk about this topic for a while, but the most memorable thing I could tell you is I was once told by my boss's boss, the chief of police. He came to me, he says, Sam, there's this guy coming in, blind as a bat. He wants a taxi license. Give him the damn taxi license. I'm tired of him calling me. So this guy came in, blind. I gave him a taxi license. My boss's boss told me to do it. I did it, all right? So the chief of police was just like, I don't care if he kills himself. This guy's a pain in my ass. Give him whatever the hell he wants. So I did it, you know? So that's the highlight. That's what I remember the most from that job. But again, I can talk about it for a long, long time. Another good question there, Tila and Phil. Another one. Are you settled in a new house? Everything put away and decorated yet? I talked about this earlier. If you would have showed up on time there, Tila, you would have heard. Everything is okay. We're about 60% done with the house. About 60%, I would say. Which for 1 week is not bad at all. But this coming week, I got on call. I'm gonna do ungats in the house, okay? I ain't gonna do nothing around the house. And so it's gonna take us a few more weeks to get settled in, but we're pretty at a good spot right now, not for nothing. And Cartoon Wife, I'm sure she's gonna invest more time in it. Me, I'm not gonna be able to this coming week. I got one last question, then I'm gonna move to the live stream. All right, guys, let me just have some water. And while I do that, I'll promote our sponsors. The A-Team. If you're looking to purchase or sell a home here in the Valley, this is who you need to call. Janet and Gabby, 602-376-0739. I'm going to take my swig of water here, and then we will continue. All right, guys. Last question that was previously asked when I put out the call is by our friend Colleen May. What 3 things do you miss about living in Gilbert? She asked this question because she and her husband, Alex, live in Gilbert. We were neighbors with them, okay? And they want to know what I miss. Queen Creek is not as developed as Gilbert. It does not have a Costco yet. There's certain things Queen Creek does not have yet that Gilbert has, such as a Costco, such as a Fry's Marketplace. There's stuff out here though. There's Sprouts. There's another big chain out here. I forget what it is, but you know they do have some stuff out here. I heard they're going to build an Aldi's. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me pronounce it correctly. It's pronounced Aldi's, not Aldi's. People get mad at me. Aldi's. Okay, so it's not fully developed yet. You know, Queen Creek. So that's the only thing. You know, of course, my neighbors. I miss my friends over there. I got new neighbors over here, always pissed off at me now. The Mormons, they just give me 30 looks because, you know, Cartoon Wife curses a lot. So they're giving me 30 looks now. But I have an N unit, so I only really have one neighbor. So anyway, it's okay. But I do miss Gilbert a little bit. I'm not going to lie. It's a little closer to Phoenix proper. But it's not so bad out here in Queen Creek, in the QC as I call it. So guys, now the time has come. I'm going to go to whatever you guys are talking about in the chat. I'm rewinding here a little bit. Let's see where, oh, you guys are a little busy over here. Okay. MD, are you moving here, Tila? That's a question for Tila. Okay. And I think Phil said, oh, here we go. Studio looking nice, Sam. Thanks, Phil. Tila. Oh, hold on. I missed a few more. God damn it. You guys are busy. Damn, you had a lot of stuff going on here. Okay, sorry. RK Games. Studio is getting there. Tila, hey, MD. Where are you again? Gilbert? Yup, Gilbert. Cartoon Wife doesn't like it when I call it Gilbert. Jeremy Medina. Is basketball popular in AZ? I see basketball courts here. I've seen some people play. Is it popular? I can't really answer that. I don't know. RK Games, smash that like button, peeps. Sam is the man. Thank you, RK Games. I appreciate that. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Tila, did you move there? Tila done at RK Games. Thank you, Tila. I appreciate the thumbs up. Phil, now it makes more sense. Now that I know why you said that, okay? Because I didn't go back far enough. Phil, thank you very much. MD, you're moving here, Tila. Keto Riders, oh my God. I was coming back from the grocery store one night here in Tucson, and a javelina came out of nowhere. So scary. See, there's javelinas out there. I'm not making this up. I just personally haven't seen one, but our friend Keto Riders has. Phil, need some dust for the cactus dough. Oh, haha, very funny. Very funny. Yeah, my table's not dusty enough for you there, Phil. It'll get there. Give it some time. Okay, Taylor, I don't think so, MD. It's so dang hot, AZ girl. Retired 2019. Hey, Sam, how close are you to a Dairy Queen? I don't know. I haven't really looked. I know there was definitely one in freaking Gilbert. I think there's one over here. I'm not sure. To be honest, I'm trying to watch my diet. We're all eating salad and go a lot more. We're trying to watch our panzas and get our blood work in order. So to be honest, I need to stay away from Dairy Queen. Bird, my feathered brethren are to rule this world. Humans are about to step down from their seat of power. We need birdseed for our cause. Will you hate us? Oh, MD, be right back. Jane, there is a Dairy Queen in Green Creek. I drove past it a few times last week. There you go. Phil, go ahead, Jim. Here as Phil today. Oh, look at that. You did change your name there, Phil. I noticed that now. I'm glad you mentioned that. Okay, you're no longer anonymous, just as Steela's hubby. Go to the gym. Okay, you'll allow it. Good. Thank you. Go to the gym for allowing that. Okay. Boricua, that's right, Jay. Michelle. Hey, Sam. Michelle and Rob. I remember you guys. How you guys doing? Phil, go to the gym. Okay. Michelle, congrats on the nice place. It looks like the office is coming along great. We're getting there. We are getting there. When everything is done, I'll give a tour and show you guys the chaos. I am actually, the thing I'm most proud of, I'm actually using my old dining room table in the studio. So I got my work stuff, my YouTube stuff. I got a big ass light in the middle. I got another light up there. I forget what you call it. It's one for the top of my head. But I played with the lighting. This is as good as I could get it. It is what it is. I'm okay with it. I'm not thrilled with it, but it's okay. It's all right. It'll do. It'll do. But thank you very much, Jim Michelle. Okay, Tila, 1 million views is nothing to sneeze at. I thought it was pretty good, but this guy at work I was talking to the other day, I mentioned to him, hey, my channel's about to hit 1 million. He goes, I got one video on my channel, only one video, and it has 600,000 views. I was like, how the hell did you do that? He was in Seattle. He happened to be in some restaurant or something, and this guy who dresses as a clown and sings, what the hell's his name? Puddle's Pity Party. That's it. He was on America's Got Talent, and he was singing a song, Puddle's Pity Party, and my coworker recorded it and uploaded it to YouTube, and he has 600,000 views on one video. Meanwhile, I've been doing this crap for 4 years and about to hit 1 million. YouTube's a funny thing. Ashley Yu, what city did you move to? How do you like living in Arizona? I currently live in Queen Creek, Arizona, which is way east. I'm closer to New Jersey now. How do I like Arizona? Me personally, and I'm very, very brutally transparent on this channel. This channel is all about my uncensored, unfiltered take on living in Phoenix, Arizona, the Valley. And it's okay. Heart of hearts, I would rather be back in Jersey. Heart of hearts, look at the tattoo I got. I got a tattoo in Jersey, remind me of home. I miss Jersey. There's no culture here. There's no snow here, which is a bright point. But overall, I'd rather be in Jersey, even though here I have a nice house, but I can't leave because cartoon wife refuses to because her precious nieces and nephews are here. God forbid she moves out of freaking Arizona. But I'm stuck here now because I have a kid with her and we're here. For better or for worse, I'm stuck here in Arizona. I'd rather be back in Jersey, to be brutally freaking honest with you. It's just, I don't fit in, I feel like a misfit. I don't fit in here. I'm loud. No one here looks like me. No one here talks like me. Yes, my brother's here, but I never see him. There's no culture here, but there's no snow. On the bright side, there's no snow here. You got to give it that. There's no snow. You don't have to shovel snow. But that's about the only positive thing I could say. Not for nothing. And I know the channel's called Arizona Living. I get it. It's a paradox. But I'm a living contradiction. But it's the only thing freaking anyone on YouTube wanted to see what I made was about living in Arizona. Even though to this day I really don't want to make videos about living in Arizona. But I figure, what? What the hell? I live here. I call the channel still Arizona Living because no matter what I talk about, I'm physically in Arizona, all right? And so does that answer your question? You got me fired up now, okay? So thanks there for the question there, Ashley. Phil, great paint color. You know the deal with this? This is a different paint color that I had in the previous studio because I had the floating shells and the A-team, let me plug them out. Here we go. The A-team told me, Sam, when you sell this house, because they're the ones that sold the house for me, you got to get rid of those floating shelves. So the problem with that was there was huge gashes in the walls. So I had to like spackle them, but I didn't have any more of that paint and I didn't know the name of the color. So this is a different freaking color. So when I painted over those gashes, it was obvious. So I had to repaint the whole freaking wall. And so this is called Iron Ore, and it's by SW, which Lowe's sells. What is it? Sherwin-Williams. That's it. Sherwin-Williams. Okay. It's called Iron Ore. It's flat. Thank you for the compliment. It is different. This is more of a black, and the previous color was a little blue. But I like the color. I thank you. I like the color. In fact, we're going to paint an accent wall in the den with the same color because I have lots of paint left over because I got lazy and only did one coat. Okay? Rob V, what was your monthly electric bill in the old house, and do you expect it to go up, especially with the pool? Great question there, Rob V. At the previous house in Gilbert, it was 2 floors, and before I left, our electric bills were $500. $500. Now, mind you, we were home all the time. So we always had the house at like 75 degrees, but it was 2 floors, and that makes a huge difference. This is a single story, and with the pool and everything being energy efficient, I suspect the bills here are gonna be a lot less, but I can't tell you that for sure until I actually get the bills. I suspect the bills will be a lot less here than $500 a month, even with a pool, okay? I'm hoping it's gonna be half as much as what I was paying in the 2-story. But even though the 2-story was smaller, square footage wise, I suspect it's gonna be better here. I don't know yet, but I'll get back to you on that. Go to Jim. Would you happen to know the status of the Highway 24 extension into Queen Creek? I was told by my neighbor, who was also like the project manager for the development, that if you're talking about the same thing he was talking about, he said it'll be done in 5 years, okay? So I don't know if it's the same thing you're talking about, but he said something about 5 years because Ellsworth, I think is the name of the street over here, it was L something, that gets freaking backed up like crazy. So anyway, Norris Glee Club, how's your new house? It's all right. Cartoon Wife is happy, that's all that matters. And we're calling it the Palace. Tila at Birds say what? Katie, I'm finally making the move to Arizona in June. How's the job market looking this year? I wouldn't know. I've had the same type of job for a really long time. I haven't been looking at the job market. I would suggest go to Indeed or Monster and see what's out there. Also go to like Craigslist, believe it or not. Big companies do post on Craigslist looking to save money, so they don't have to hire, pay commissions, But yeah, I don't know, especially with this whole COVID situation, what the job market is here. Prior to COVID, the market was fantastic. Now, I don't know. That's my answer. I'm not going to BS you. Tila, nice. I see you placed the crystals on the bookcase bottom. Yes, I did that for weight. That's another reason why I put the books towards the bottom, because I don't want that. That thing is so flimsy. I bought it at IKEA for like 20 bucks. I kid you not. So that thing is flimsy as hell. So that's why I put the heavier stuff on the bottom, So again, I'm not really happy with how it looks currently. I might have to, play with it a little bit. But it is what it is at first. I still can't find my freaking Ultimate Warrior. I can't find him nowhere, or the Statue of Liberty. I'll find him eventually, but we still have quite a few boxes to go through, So guys, I'm all caught up with the live chat. I answered all the questions that were previously asked. I talked about the 5 minutes of stuff I wanted to talk about. We're about 40 minutes in. Maron. Okay, Tila, is there a window in the studio? Yes, there is. It's right there, and I have it closed. But there's definitely a window. There's no restroom, just a little window. I have a door, which is closed right now. Sour Patch. There was some arguing going between Sour Patch and the dogs before I started the stream, so I closed my door. Let me open it up. Okay, let me put the card up for the A-team. I'll open my door, see if And another reason why I closed it, because Cartoon Wife had the TV going, and I didn't want you guys to hear the TV. But let me go ahead, put the card up for the A-team. I'm going to go open this door, see if Sour Patch wants to come in, say hello. I don't hear a TV going on, but we'll see. I'll give it a minute. Okay. Jane, Highway 24 will be extended to Ironwood Road. I read it will be done by 2022. Ellsworth, that's the name of this street, gets backed up, and the 24 extension should help with that. Well, thank you. I was told in 5 years, but 2022 is much better than 5 years from now. Thank you, Jane. Rob V, any suggestion on public school for first grade in Gilbert? 2020 killed a lot of these school ratings. I do, Rob, if you want, send me an email, and I will tell you where my daughter goes. I just don't want to say publicly. I mean, she attends remotely anyway, and she's going to change schools. But I'd rather you send me an email at dbootlegstudio@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to share that information with you, Rob. We had no problem with the school she went to, and she's currently still there in 2nd grade. Phil, anyone test the pool yet? No one has physically gone into the pool. Let me do a little. And Sour Patch is right here, by the way. Let's see if she jumps on the sofa. No, she's looking around behind the door for whatever reason. I don't know why she's looking. All right, so let's talk about the pool. We got a fancy pool. It's a saltwater pool, right? And so there's this meter on the side of the house that says it has low salt. So we turned on the water feature. It's like a waterfall. And after we turn on for a few hours, then the light starts blinking that there's too much salt in the pool. So it goes from too low salt to too much salt. And so we've been doing this for like a week now. So I'm hoping eventually the reader says that it has perfect salt. Cartoon Wife, she tested the water with a little stick. She don't know if it's good or bad. We're probably gonna have to get a pool guy, to be honest with you. So I hear it's like $100 a month to have somebody come out weekly to maintain your pool. But it's a salt pool. It's not a regular chlorine pool because Rory has eczema and we want less irritation on the eyes. I was specifically concerned about cleanup. It costs the same. So they said the cleanup would be better. It would be easier. So we went with the salt. So anyway, that's my rant about the salt. No one's been in there yet. Okay. Good question there, Phil. Go to the gym at Jane. Thanks. Okay. You're very welcome, Rob. Norris Glee Club. Look for a club. Look for a club. A club of what? I don't know what you mean. Okay, guys, that's all I had. You guys were very engaged today. A lot of interaction, which I like. Again, I was not going to stream today. I wasn't joking. I was not going to stream if I didn't get questions in advance. It's been a while since I put out the call for questions. I needed questions or else this was not going to happen today because I really don't want to just stream for 5 minutes and be like, that's it, guys, I'm done. So I appreciate all the interaction. We're about 45 minutes in. And Cartoon Wife is cooking her Irish meal she does every year. What do you call that? What? Corned beef and cabbage, okay? I'm not a real big fan of the corned beef and cabbage, to be honest with you, but what I really like, she makes that bread, that Irish soda bread, and I love it. Now, I had a coworker who was Irish, like from Ireland, and he would get pissed every year because people would put raisins in their Irish soda bread, and he would lose his mind. He would be like, that's disgraceful. They're ruining the recipe. That's not right. And he, every year, without fail, he get all bent out of shape about Irish soda bread if people put raisins in it. I always thought it was funny. So whenever I think of Irish soda bread, I think of Gary, who I used to work with. So anyway, guys, that's all I had. That concludes this edition. Thank you, Tila. Thank you, Tila, for the reminder. Yes, thank you, Tila. Cartoon Wife is not happy that I have look at that. It's Sour Patch, everybody's favorite cat. Look at that. Look at that. There's Sour Patch, the star of the show right there. Okay, look at that. Yes, I will not forget the candle, Tila. Cartoon Wife's not happy that I have candles. I actually have quite a few candles in that closet. Cartoon Wife said hello, Tila. I hear her yelling from the distance. So, all right, so there's Sour Patch. We'll end the show right there. That concludes this edition of Arizona Living. Be sure to like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're not. And let me know below, what do you think about what we talked about today? Till next time!